season ends tonight for both Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joseph, with sectionals set to begin next Tuesday. Mishawaka comes into tonight's game with a 12-9 overall record, 4-7 in the NIC. St. Joe 16-5 and 8-3 in conference play, led by second-year head coach Mark Johnson. Mishawaka has matched a season-high 4-game winning streak after Tuesday's 48-40 win over Concord, while St. Joe comes into tonight tied for third place in the NIC with Washington. The best St. Joe can finish in the Northern Indiana Conference is third place. Washington is playing Marion tonight. Marion is guaranteed at least second place, with Adams taking on New Prairie. Adams trying to close out an undefeated NIC regular season and try to claim their first outright NIC championship since 1979.
Well, and Marion and Washington are playing for the South Division Championship tonight. So if Marion wins, obviously they take it, and if Washington wins, it's a situation.
And what happens, of course, with that as well is they are closing out the regular season against one another tonight, and then they play next week in their sectional opener.
Makes perfect sense, does it not?
It does. It's a blind draw, Vince.
Well, you know, when you have three teams in the top 8 in the entire class and playing in the same sectional, why not put them on the same side? That makes all the sense in the world.
Yep, and of course, Mishawaka will play Adams next Wednesday in LaPorte. We will have 5 of the 6 games from the LaPorte sectional beginning next Tuesday, presented by Bethel University Athletics, and that will begin with Tuesday's matchup between Culver Academy and South Bend Rock. At BSN Sports, St. Joe, during the team wearing their Carolina blue road uniforms with white and black trim. Mishawaka with home whites, maroon numbers and letters, and gold trim. If your team wants to look good, give Kevin Drazier a call. 229-7999. BSN Sports, proud to be the exclusive provider of Under Armour uniforms for the Mishawaka Cavemen. It is senior night for Mishawaka. When we come back, you'll hear from head coach Ron Heklinski. He'll tell you about his seniors, Raheem Brayton, Latrell Franklin, Nick Hoopengarner, Alex Fox, playing their last games here tonight, and, of course, Donovan Snyder, who has been injured for the last month or so, not playing tonight, but Ron Heklinski will tell you a little bit about him as well. It is Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joe, back with your pregame interview with head coach Ron Heklinski. Right after this, you're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen basketball on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
WeldStar, a private family with new ideas since 1936. WeldStar has supplied Northern Indiana and just recently Southwestern Michigan with welding machinery, welding supplies, gases, accessories, and safety equipment. WeldStar's highly trained professionals are committed to providing our customers with the best resources in the industry. WeldStar boasts complete transparency with no unannounced fees and no extra charges. WeldStar is the leading distributor of welding equipment and industrial and specialty gases. For more information, go to weldstar.com.
It's a huge golf liquidation sale Friday, February 28th and Saturday, February 29th at the Century Center, South Bend. Golf shirts and pants by Under Armour, Adidas, Oakley, and Columbia, now 3 for $79.99. Golf Buddy VT. E6 golf balls now $10.99 a dozen. Visit MapleHillGolf.com for a free pass. February 28th and 29th at the Century Center in South Bend. It is senior night, and it is Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joseph here at the Cave, joined by Mishawaka head coach Ron Heklinski. Coach, coming off a close one a couple of nights ago, Tuesday night at Concord. Start off, how did you think your team looked in that one?
Yeah, you know, I think those games are really hard games to play Tuesday night on the road. Concord's not having a good season record-wise, and you can say what you want to say, but our players read the newspapers too. They knew Concord's record, and consequently, they didn't come out and compete well early. I don't think they got themselves ready to play from a mental standpoint. And we got down. Concord made some shots early. We got down. We had to give a little bit of an attitude adjustment at halftime, which is why my voice is not very good today. And then I thought we came out and played in the second half pretty good and came away with a win.
Well, most important thing for you right now is you're on a 4-game win streak. You match your season high in wins right now, and we talked about that I think a couple of weeks ago, stringing together some wins. So that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's why we play the games, to win the games. There's been times when I thought we played well and lost, and we haven't played well and won. But honestly, I'll take the wins any day of the week. And you never look a gift horse in the mouth.
We usually kind of save the keys to the game till last, but I'm going to ask you about a bunch of the seniors here in just a minute. So I'll go ahead and ask you, when you look at the St. Joe Indians tonight, a couple of keys to victory.
Yeah, St. Joe's big. They have great size. Terry's a really, really strong inside player. Of course, they got JR, the Notre Dame recruit who can score in such a variety of ways, and you have to control him. And then the third factor, Mark is a great coach. He's done it at every level, and I have a lot of respect for Mark.
All right, so let's go through these seniors. We'll go through one by one. I'll name them off, and you can kind of tell me a little bit about each of them. 5 seniors that will be, 4 who will actually be playing their last game, and of course Donovan Snyder as well. Let's start off though with Raheem Brayton.
Raheem he's been here since I've been here from day one. He's a tough kid. Everything that he gets, he deserves because he works really, really hard in practice. He's done a nice job. At the end there, he's strung some games together where he scored in double digits for us. So I'm really proud of him and looking forward for him to end this season on a great note.
There's actually 6. Raquel Kynes is the next one.
Yeah, Raquel's no longer with the program.
Okay. Well, Latrell Franklin then.
Latrell came over from Marion. He's been with us for 1 year. It's kind of a hard transition when you're only with us for 1 year. He's very, very athletic. He's done some things, and I look forward for him coming out and having a great defensive game against JR tonight.
Guy whose season ended prematurely, unfortunately, due to injury, Donovan Snyder.
Yeah, Donovan was never really healthy. Donovan came off the football season with a bum ankle, tried to play through it. Didn't have his customary quickness, and didn't get a whole lot of stuff done. So, finally we said we need to put him on the shelf and get his ankle healed. He's a great young man, a great kid, and I know it's really hurting him not to be out there. But I think getting his ankle healed is the right thing to do for him.
Your top shot blocker, Nick Hoopengarner.
And Nick's really done well for us inside. His body's matured a little bit now. He's about 6'4". He's hit the weights. He's still thin, but he plays a little bit more aggressively. He's had games where he's had some double-doubles where scored 11, 12, maybe 14 points, maybe 10 or 11 rebounds. He's had a nice year for us.
And last but not least, Alex Bod.
Alex is kind of a grinder. He's undersized. He plays inside. He's a post player, and plays against a lot bigger players. He does a good job defensively. He scored well for us. He's having a nice year for us, too.
All right, that is the list of seniors here on senior night at the Cave at Mishawaka High School. It is Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joe coming up. We've got starting lineups and tip-off on the way. Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you on Monday on Sports Beat.
Hey, thanks. Looking forward to that.
All right, me too. Ron Heklinski, the head coach of the Mishawaka Cavemen. You're listening to Mishawaka Basketball on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
The countdown to spring is underway, which means baseball and softball season will soon be here. Give your son or daughter their best opportunity to enjoy success on the field with private lessons at RBI's Unlimited. RBI's also hosts weekly workouts and open hitting sessions every Friday night. RBI's is proud to offer opportunities to kids of all ages and all talent levels. Success doesn't come easy, but there's nothing like the crack of the bat, especially when it's followed by a smile on your child's face. Get ready to play ball this spring at RBI's, located at 2017 West 6th Street in Mishawaka, or visit RBI'sunlimited.com.
Hey, Michiana, this is Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. With tax time right around the corner and spring coming, now is a perfect opportunity to call and get a free, no-obligation rate quote. As a locally owned lender, we offer the best competitive interest rates and some of the best purchase and refinance programs in the local area. I'm Kevin Putz. Let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience and service expertise to work for you. Call today, 287-1152.
Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage, NMLS number 127733.
Back at the Cave as we get closer to tip-off between Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joe. We'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the St. Joe Indians, a 5'10 sophomore averaging 7.3 points per game, Cole Hatkovich. A 6'7 junior, the Notre Dame commit, averaging 23.4 points a game, J.R. Konechny. A 6'4 junior, averaging 11.5 points a game, Jack Fuda. A 6'5 junior, averaging 13.7 points per game, Will Terry. St. Joe is led by second-year head coach Mark Johnson, 16-5 overall, 8-3 in the NIC. Of course, Johnson in his 35th season, 448 career wins, which is the second most of active NIC coaches. Ron Heklinski with the third most active wins with 406 in the lineup for the Mishawaka Cavemen. A 6-point senior averaging 5.5 per game, Raheem Brayton. A 6'1 senior averaging 6.2 points a game, Latrell Franklin. 6'2 junior averaging a team best 15.5 a game, Trent Johnson. 6-foot freshman averaging 3.8 a game, Maddox Yohe. And a 6'4 senior averaging 6.8 points per game, Nick Puppengarner. We'll take a timeout for the anthem and then back with tip-off. It is Mishawaka and South Bend St. Joe on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Beyond the Cave is a special partnership between Mishawaka Education Foundation and School City of Mishawaka to help School City students explore the plan for career education options following high school. In the Beyond the Cave Center, trained volunteers assist students and their parents to explore careers in post-secondary education and to succeed in applying for admission and scholarships. Contact the Mishawaka High School Guidance Department to schedule an appointment for you and for your School City students today. Learn more at mishawakaedu.org.
Checkpoint XP is gaming radio for gamers by gamers, and you can catch it here Friday nights at 10. The esports global audience is projected to exceed $427 million and $1 billion in revenue this year. A local high school esports team just won $60,000 in scholarships in a regional tournament. Esports fans are young, just 28% are over 35, which, of course, is a way to reach the next generation of consumers. Checkpoint XP is your weekly source for esports and gaming, Friday nights at 10 on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born.
And I could remember all the different ones with different friends.
That's right. Yeah, Joe, I knew that he sprained the ankle pretty bad.
Yeah.
I did not know he broke his fibula or fractured his fibula as well. And he did that. He wrestled in semi-state and then obviously at state last weekend as well with a fractured fibula.
And still doesn't have anything on it.
No.
He's still walking around. He's a bigger man than I'll ever be.
Go to WSBTradio.com and you can hear that interview. He had some great stuff last night. All right, it is going to be 6'7" J.R. Konechny and Trent Johnson for Mishawaka to jumping up and a double touch. And they will jump it again. Trent Johnson at 6'2". He's like, what am I supposed to do? And this time the jump, and Konechny will win the tip this time. And St. Joe, in their blue, will move from left to right. Hatkovich with a basketball. Passes outside. Konechny up top, guarded by Latrell Franklin. And Ron Heklinski said to watch him. That's the defensive matchup. And Franklin had a block shot on Konechny. Trent Johnson, loose ball, pull up free throw line. Jump shot off the back iron. Tip in, though. Good for Hoopengarner.
That's a great job by Hoopengarner coming down on the break. And nobody was able to get a body on him. He was able to get that board and put it right back up.
Down to the left corner, three-pointer doesn't go for the Indians. 2-0 Mishawaka on top. Loose ball, and they wrestle for it. Down on the floor is Maddox Yohe. The freshman ties it up, and the Cavemen will have the basketball.
Well, that's why Maddox Yohe's in the game for those kind of hustle plays, and he's willing to get dirty. And he's not going to be an offensive threat yet in his young career, but he's going to be good on the defensive end. He's going to be willing to do the little things.
Mishawaka takes its time, walking it up court. Left wing, Raheem Brayton alone for three for a minute.
Should have taken that one. I think that's where he wants to get the ball, right there on the wing, wide open for three.
Hoopengarner at the high post. Bounces it back to Yohe, who moves off to his left, guarded by Jack Fuda. Yohe to Hoopengarner. Yohe backs it out. Cavemen taking their time, and Ron Heklinski from the sideline barking out some instruction. Yohe dribbling on the block M. Left wing, Brayton. Pass off, and the driving layup good by Trent Johnson.
That was a nice move by Johnson to take it strong to the hoop. He probably even got fouled there a little bit, but good body control to put it up and down.
4-0. Mishawaka leads. Konechny has it. Over to Hatkovich, and we have a whistle and a foul that is going to be coming on the Cavemen. It'll be Raheem Brayton.
Yeah, got a little bit too much extra body there as the ball was first around the top of the key. So, yeah, they're going to call that foul almost every time.
Inbound, Konechny takes it. Fadeaway left baseline, short. Rebound a weak side, up and in for Will Terry.
Well, and that's where Mishawaka's going to be in a tough patch. They don't have anybody that can match up with Will Terry, and once he gets a body on you, when he brings down that offensive board, it's going to be easy to go right back up.
Terry is 6'5" junior, 2 inches shorter than his classmate Konechny. 4-2 Mishawaka. Johnson goes behind his back. Pull up left elbow twist. 6-2 the Cavemen on top as Trent Johnson hits his second basket. Down to the left corner it goes. A three-pointer rattles home for Connor Litka.
Yeah, it was a nice little transition there for St. Joe. They were able to get Litka wide open on the wing. Defense wasn't able to find him. He's able to knock it down.
6'5" now. Litka hits his seventh three-pointer of the season. Free throw line. Hoopengarner jump shot. Catches the rim and it crawls through.
Nice soft shot there by Hoopengarner. He finds himself open there on the free throw line an awful lot. If he can knock those down, he's going to be dangerous.
Jumpers falling early for Mishawaka. Fuda, though, at the other end, answers with a three, and we're tied at 8. Second three for St. Joe. They can hit from long range. They have several different players, including Fuda. That's his 30th of the season. Loose ball knocked out. Trent Johnson saves it into the hands of Hoopengarner. Goes behind his back. He was looking to the baseline to Franklin. Stolen, though, and now poked right back away. Mishawaka 3-on-3. Yohe leading it, bouncing it off for Hoopengarner. It goes out of bounds, though.
Well, a lot of Mishawaka's points already from that free throw line area and that 2-3 zone that St. Joe's playing. That's the Mishawaka. They've done a good job of exploiting it. Now St. Joe is bringing a guy up to that free throw line, which should open up the baseline for Mishawaka.
8-8 with 4:35 to play in the Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. Left wing, Litka. Over it goes to the right side, trying to split two defenders. Fuda, and called for traveling.
Well, he went up like he was going to take a shot. He went up between two different Cavemen defenders. Not either guy touched him, and he didn't do anything with the ball because it kind of fell over. I think that's a good call by the officials.
Tied at 8. St. Joe stays in the 2-3 zone. Trent Johnson outside it goes to Brayton, and now a touch foul is called against Cole Hetkovich.
Now that one I'm not so sure about. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact up there. But hey, if that's how they're going to call it, we're going to see a lot of whistles tonight.
Yeah. 4:17 remaining in the Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first. Brayton lobs down low. Johnson can't quite get the tip, but the rebound bounces out to Litka. Coming up court, the driving layup is good for Fuda, and St. Joe leads 10-8.
First lead of the night for St. Joe. Don't let them get in transition. They're going to be good enough in the half-court set. You don't want to let them have extra points like that.
Down to the left baseline, Franklin dribbles away from a defender and passes outside to Trent Johnson. Johnson extended on the right wing to Yohe. Garner over to Brayton. His three! Rings it up. Brayton with the three-pointer. And it's 11-10.
Well, that was in the same neighborhood that he passed up a wide-open one earlier. This one he was covered, still buried it.
Brayton, who has been on fire from three-point range lately, a 40% three-point shooter. 11-10, Mishawaka. Loose ball picked up and laid in by Will Terry.
Yeah, again, cannot let Terry have the ball that far down low underneath the basket. He's just a tough matchup for Mishawaka.
12-11. St. Joe goes back on top. Left wing, Trent Johnson will put up a three. It rims off. Konechny with the rebound. Konechny bringing it up court with the left hand. Passes down low. Deflected, and Trent Johnson with the low. Traffic all the way. Goes right to left hand and lays it in.
Yeah, good no call there by the official, too. There was a little bit of a flop there by St. Joe, but Johnson was still able to put it up and in.
Long outlet. The left-hand layup is good by Will Terry for St. Joe. He's fouled as well after giving the Indians a 14-13 lead, and it is Yohe who picks up the foul, his first, and some substitutions made as Alex Boggs, along with Caleb Williams and Devon Parker, all check in for Mishawaka. Garner, Yohe, and Franklin all take a seat. Free throw misses by Terry. Trent Johnson has the Caveman rebound. 1 point St. Joe lead into the game. Juwan Agnew for St. Joe. He's played in just one game, scored 14 points in that game, though.
I'm glad you picked up on that, because when I was looking at that,
you look at the average, it's like, man.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, he's only played one game.
Yeah, exactly. Boggs high post, passes back outside. Caleb Williams. So I don't know if he just got moved to varsity last week or what, but one game, 14 points. Good debut. Offensive foul against Mishawaka. It's going to be Alex Boggs, and that's his first since just checking in.
Yeah, so they're going to say that he stuck his knee out, I guess, on that screen, which made the St. Joe player go down. Yeah, a little ticky-tack possibly, but when you see a guy hit the deck like that, you're generally going to get a whistle.
St. Joe by one, 14-13 here on senior night at the Cave. Konechny with Williams following. Can't get the finger roll. Agnew, though, with the layup and the putback to make it 16-13 Indians. Right wing Parker out to Johnson. Left wing Brayton. Back over to Johnson once again. Johnson, Brayton up fake. Over it goes. Johnson will take a three. It's off the back iron. Rebound Hatkovich. Hatkovich out to Konechny. Konechny coming on the left side of the lane. Will draw a foul. Trent Johnson will be called for it, his first. Franklin coming back in. Caleb Williams will sit down, and Sicario Thomas, who we didn't see last week at John Glenn when we were here, is in.
A lot of movement, a lot of guys coming off the bench for both teams right now, going pretty deep actually.
Thomas averaging 5.5 points per game. Did not play in that Glenn game. They just have a drive through the left hand.
Another mismatch for Mishawaka.
All kinds of size inside. Johnson pulls up his dribble, bounces it down. Right corner. Franklin's two-pointer doesn't go. Agnew has the St. Joe rebound. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Bringing it inside. Hatkovich lays it up.
Yeah, nice pick. A high pick. Able to go around. Nobody switched. He pretty much just had a straight lane to the basket.
St. Joe running out in front of Mishawaka. Since it was tied at 8, they have outscored the Cavemen 12-5. It's now a 20-13 game. The waning seconds of the first quarter, the Cavemen playing for the last shot. Johnson looking at the 2-3 zone. Left wing to Thomas. Now down to the right corner it goes. Parker loses it out of bounds with 7.2 seconds to play in the quarter.
Well, and I don't know if waiting for the last shot there was the right move. It's not really Mishawaka's game to just kind of stand there and get into a half-court set. I would have much rather see them kind of press the issue, get the ball moving, and try to find an open shot.
20-13 St. Joe with 7.2 seconds to play in the first quarter. Parker goes for a steal, can't get it. Hatkovich back there bringing it up court. Hatkovich with Parker with him, throws it up off the top of the backboard, won't go, and that will be the end of the Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. Things started out promisingly for Mishawaka. St. Joe got running, though, and takes a 20-13 lead at the end of the first. We'll be back with second quarter action after this on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Start of the second quarter, St. Joe leads Mishawaka 20-13, and the Indians will have the ball to start the quarter. Hatkovich takes the inbound from Terry. Indians moving left to right, and Latrell Franklin trying to guard, Konechny out between the circles, commits the foul.
Yeah, got a little too aggressive going for the steal there. I actually ended up having both arms wrapped around Konechny, so pretty easy call for the official.
J.R. Konechny, the Notre Dame commit, who averages 23.4 points per game, did not score in the first quarter. St. Joe leads by 7.
Well, the problem is he didn't score, and they're still up by 7.
Yeah, exactly. So. He takes it at the high post to the left baseline. The drive shot was blocked. Offensive rebound, though, by Terry. His putback is good, and Terry has 8 points already.
Yeah, he's just cleaning up the boards there on the offensive glass, and Mishawaka just doesn't have an answer.
Lead now 9 and back down to 7 as Latrell Franklin brings it inside and flips it in. 22-15. Hatkovich dribbling off to the left. He will pass it off to Fuda again. The three is good. Jack Fuda with his second three.
Yeah, good ball movement there by the Indians. He was pretty much wide open, no defense in his way, and he's going to put that up every time. That's I believe that's right around the spot where he hit his last three.
The lead now 10 for St. Joe, 25-15. Brayton dribbling off to the left. St. Joe still in the 2-3 zone. Johnson, no-look pass down low. Franklin banks it home.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. They brought that middle guy in the 2-3 zone up to the free throw line, take that area away, which opens up the baseline, and that's where they were able to find Franklin for the quick two.
25-17. Mishawaka's deficit down to 8. Konechny to the left of the lane, kicks it up top. Three is short. Foul on the rebound after the miss by Will Terry. And it's going to go against the Indians. It'll be Konechny, and that's his first. Hoopengarner checks back in for the Cavemen. He scored 4 in the first quarter before sitting down. Brayton, left wing to Johnson. Johnson dribbles once, back to Brayton, standing on the M. Gets a screen by Hoopengarner. Goes right, stops on the wing, out to Thomas. Thomas pulls up his dribble to the left side to Johnson. Sicario Thomas, who had the career-high 17 points against Wawasee almost a couple of weeks ago. Misses the jump shot. Konechny runs down the rebound, and we're going to have a foul now on Thomas.
Yeah, frustration foul there by Thomas after he missed the shot. Guys got a little too handsy there in backcourt as St. Joe's bringing the ball up.
25-17 with 5:51 to play in the first half. Raheem Brayton takes a seat. The freshman Maddox Yohe back in. Ron Hatkovich takes the inbound, charging up court with his right hand with Yohe on his left hip. Outside, he shovels it after driving inside. Fade away from the baseline by Konechny. Won't go. The ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians.
That's unfortunate because two different Mishawaka Cavemen were going up for that rebound. Either one of them could have gotten it. Ends up going out of bounds and it's going to stay with the Indians.
5:38 remaining here in the first half. Mishawaka down by 8. Konechny comes down the right baseline, called for traveling.
Yeah, he hops up and down the baseline, trying to get through two Cavemen defenders and ends up, getting a travel called on. Good call.
Ron Heklinski given the assignment of defending Konechny, the D1 commit, to Latrell Franklin, and Franklin's done a pretty good job with him so far. Still scoreless. Hoopengarner shovels it out to Yohe, around to the right wing, and down to the corner it goes to Johnson. Back outside near the elbow to Franklin. Ball gets away from him. He ties it up, and we have a jump ball. It'll stay with the Cavemen.
Well, the last time down the court when after the Konechny missed and the Cavemen were fighting for it and went out of bounds to stay with the Indians, that's one of the things that's going to be an key of emphasis.
Missed shot on the inbound by Hoopengarner after his miss. Hatkovich with the St. Joe rebound. Block shot at the other end. Hoopengarner. Trent Johnson pushing it up court. Johnson drives by Hatkovich and lays it in. Now the long outlet up court. The layup misses. Hoopengarner has the rebound. Hoopengarner to Thomas. Sicario Thomas brings it in the lane. Tries to pass it outside to Franklin. It's punched out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cavemen.
Real quick, just to finish that prior thought after we had back and forth there, one thing Mishawaka wants to do is they want to limit St. Joe to one-shot possessions. And they've been able to do that, and when they're able to do that, they have to capitalize on it, and that's what they didn't do when they knocked it out of bounds.
Mishawaka down 6. Sicario Thomas in the left corner. High pass over to the right wing to Devon Parker. Parker bounces it off. Hoopengarner from the right elbow. Jump shot won't go. Agnew had the rebound go off his hands and out of bounds. Well, I thought it was off him, but they'll say Mishawaka touched it last.
Now, the official was right there, so we'll trust that he saw something we did.
26 for the Indians. Fuda with the basketball. Fuda passes over to the left, and Maddox Yohe will be called for a foul.
I believe that's going to be his second already.
Yes, it is.
So he's probably going to take a seat here, I would imagine.
Konechny in, Fuda out. That is already 7 on the Cavemen as Hatkovich goes to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one, no good by just a 66% free throw shooter. Rebound, Mishawaka. Brayton in the corner to Hoopengarner, right of the lane. Back to Brayton again. St. Joe's zone getting active as Johnson drives through the middle of it. A foul committed by the Indians. It is going to be Hatkovich.
That's going to be his second already of the quarter, or of the half as well.
And the third on St. Joe. Score still 20. Indians. It goes. Team Brayton. Johnson back to Brayton. He decides on a guarded three. Short. Rebound, Trent Johnson. Johnson from the right side of the lane picks up a foul on his jumper. It's going to be Juwan Agnew. His first, then it'll send Trent Johnson to the line. Johnson shooting 73% at the line.
The most for a head coach is when your team fouls a jump shooter like that. You understand when he's driving into the lane or something like that, and there's going to be some body contact. But when he pulls up, let's not foul there.
Good point.
Thank you.
Johnson makes both free throws. He now has 10 points, and Mishawaka pulls within 4. It's 25-21 after they were down by 10 earlier. Down by 7 coming into this quarter. High pass, Agnew. Knocked out of bounds by Raheem Brayton in front of the Mishawaka student section.
Well, the entire student section disagrees with that call, and I'm on the other side of the court, and I think I disagree with it too.
It did appear that way, but again, the official standing right there.
Same guy, too.
Yeah. Brayton going for a steal, couldn't quite get it. Litka controls it, now brings it up, goes behind his back, floats in the air, passes to the right, gets it back in the corner. Fuda now on the right, jumps inside and calls for traveling.
So they call travel on St. Joe, and both head coaches jump into the official's face. I want to know what the hell, I don't know.
What did Ron Eklinski want?
That was great. I don't know. That was fun. Good stuff, though.
Brayton with the basketball. Dribbling off to the right, on the wing, back to the left, it goes to Yohe. He'll jump inside and have it blocked by Will Terry. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cavemen.
I would say blocked with authority. That's where the junior welcomes the freshman into varsity basketball.
Adam Odell, the 6'6 junior, comes back in as Terry sits down. Left corner, Brayton, 3 off the back iron. Franklin crashes for the rebound. Couldn't handle it, though. Going to have a held ball, and it is going to go back to St. Joe. 25-21, the Indians lead with 3:01 to play in the first half. Agnew looking to inbound, finds Konechny on the baseline as Latrell Franklin shadows him. Franklin backpedaling down in a stance coming up court. Konechny wants to drive on him, zips it down low. Agnew's shot won't go. Rebound, knocked around, and finally it's taken by Hoopengarner. Pushing it up court, Trent Johnson stops on the left wing. Pops it up there, it won't go. Tip try won't go. Loose ball, out of bounds, off the Indians.
We're going to have a timeout here by St. Joe. Coach Jay is going to want to settle down his troops a little bit with only a 4-point lead with 2.5 to go.
Mark Johnson calls timeout, and it'll be a full timeout. It's St. Joe 25, Mishawaka 21, 2:38 to play in the first half. Back in 1 minute on WSBT.
Kurt Outdoor Living has a full selection of the industry's best snow melt, salt, and ice removal products to keep your walkways and driveways safe. Ice Fan is a product designed to get to bare pavement faster, composed of all natural ingredients to pre-treat salt for a faster melt, plus bagged ice melt, bulk ice melt, and liquid de-icers available on demand for commercial or residential application with delivery throughout the Michiana area and 24/7 on-call loading storm hours. Kurt Outdoor Living, 2129 West Wilden Avenue, Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
Dreaming up the ideal retirement is your job. Helping you get there is theirs. That's why Matt Wilson, your South Bend Edward Jones financial advisor, encourages you to contribute to an Edward Jones IRA by April 15th. By investing in an Edward Jones IRA, you can take advantage of potential tax benefits for 2019 and give your money more time to potentially grow. To learn more, contact Matt Wilson, your South Bend Edward Jones financial advisor today. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
25-21, St. Joe leads Mishawaka, 2:38 to play in the first half.
So both teams in the first quarter were shooting 60% from the field. Both teams in the second quarter, that percentage has dropped to 45 and 48, respectively. So a little less lights out shooting so far in this quarter.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Alley-oop down low, Brayton. It was a little bit short, though. The timing was off. Agnew got the rebound and then called for traveling, sitting on the floor.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there because he wasn't rolling around. He was sitting right there trying to maneuver himself around. Definitely not a travel. I'm sorry. I have to agree with the St. Joe fans on that one.
Devon Parker to inbound, looking for Brayton, finds him, gets it away from a St. Joe defender. Brayton drives down and draws the foul, attacking the basket.
Yeah, good take there by Brayton, too. Right into the trees of St. Joe. He's either going to, make the basket or he was going to get hammered, and that's what ended up happening.
Brayton to the line to shoot two. He is a 55% free throw shooter for the season. Takes his time, puts it up, and knocks it down.
Definitely didn't look like a 55% free throw shooter there.
But you could tell he was thinking about it, though, too.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Work stroke. 25-22 now. It's down to a one-possession game after the Cavemen trailed by 10 earlier. Brayton with another free throw coming. It is up. It hits the lip, but it bounces through. So Brayton with 5, and it's just a 2-point St. Joe lead. Tip ball, Johnson, and Brayton ends up with it. Brayton will push it up court. Brayton goes between his legs, dribbling off to the right. Passes it down to the corner. A Johnson 3, misses. Latrell Franklin fights for the rebound, couldn't get it, but Brayton comes running across the court to track it down. Mishawaka down by 2. Devon Parker, screened by Hoopengarner, goes right. Back outside Johnson it goes. Parker on the wing. Down to the baseline. Franklin dribbles once, trying to get it inside to Hoopengarner. It's going to be stolen, though. Konechny bringing it up court. Konechny from the right point takes the 3. Won't go. Rebound taken inside by Will Terry. To Fuda on the right. Out to Agnew. 25-23. St. Joe leads, a minute 27 to play in the first half. Right elbow, Konechny with the left hand. Goes over to the left. Passes down to the baseline to Agnew. Outside, Parker nearly stole it, but Odell is able to keep it. Fuda backs it out. Konechny over on the left. Franklin trying to swat at it and take it away from him. Konechny drives. His shot won't go. He still hasn't scored. Outlet up to Devon Parker. Waits and gets a defender in the air and draws the foul and will go to the free throw line.
I was almost worried he was shuffling his feet there at the end. I didn't know if they were going to call a travel or a foul, but they end up calling the foul on Odell, which is just going to be his first, but it's going to be the team's 6th. And it's obviously going to send Parker to the line to shoot a pair.
1:01 to play in the first half. Devon Parker to the line. He hasn't attempted many. The last, let me see, he is 5 out of 6 would I have him at the line this season as he makes this one for his first bucket of the night. And it's now a 1-point game. Franklin will sit down. Sicario Thomas is back in. Devon Parker trying to tie the score. Averaging 1.8 points a game. Deep knee bend. Puts it up. Swish. And we're tied at 25. That's the second tie. First time it was tied since it was 8-all. Knocked out of bounds off St. Joe, and Mishawaka will have a chance to regain the lead. Remember, it was 20-13 coming into this quarter, so Mishawaka has outscored St. Joe 12-5 here in the second.
Well, I had my head down there on that turnover.
I did too.
I was looking up the free throws. Mishawaka 6 for 6 right now in free throws.
Right wing, Raheem Brayton. Brayton with a basketball, count on, right elbow jump shot, Hoopengarner off the back iron. Fuda has the rebound for the Indians. Konechny now will bring it up court. J.R. Konechny passes down to the right corner to Litka. To Odell on the right wing. Inside it goes to Terry. He'll put it up and draw the foul as he takes it to the rim.
Yeah, and like I said, when he gets it down that low, foul him. You know, make him earn his points at the free throw line. Do not give him the easy layups underneath.
Raheem Brayton whistled for a second foul. Raheem Brayton, who won the Pep Rally Slam Dunk Contest earlier today.
Did he now?
He did. He did one of the Pat Connaughton dunks where he had Hoopengarner as Will Terry makes the free throw. He had Hoopengarner was standing there. Trent Johnson flipped the ball up, and he went up over Hoopengarner.
Wow.
And slammed it.
I would say that would win a lot of high school dunk contests.
Yeah. Terry hits both free throws and gives St. Joe the lead back.
Is there video of this,
I
Sean?
saw it on Twitter. You
Okay.
can't find it at the Mishawaka Athletics Twitter account.
Well, I'll be hunting that down at halftime, sir.
Yeah, I wasn't at the pep rally. I just saw it on Twitter.
I mean, you're a pretty peppy guy. I didn't know if you were there. Just saying.
7 seconds to play in the first half. Raheem Brayton drives all the way. Layup won't go. Konechny has the rebound, called for traveling, and Mishawaka gets it back. Time for a quick shot on the inbound with 9/10 of a second to play in the first half.
Yeah, plenty of time for a catch and a shoot here.
Brayton inbounds. Johnson turnaround right baseline. It wouldn't have counted had it gone. That'll be the end of the first half. So a strong second quarter for the Cavemen. They trailed 20-13 coming into the quarter, but they outscore St. Joe 12-7 in the second. And at halftime, the Indians lead the Cavemen 27-25. Neither team, as you said, shot well in the second quarter, Vince, but it ended up working out well for Mishawaka as the second quarter transpired.
Well, and obviously the storyline right now is the fact that J.R. Konechny hasn't scored yet. And, you know, St. Joe still has a 2-point lead, but they have held him scoreless. So, I tell you what, that's a great job defensively by Mishawaka. I think he's been rushing his shots a little bit, trying to do, as they say, do too much. But, you know, Mishawaka's playing good, playing well. They've been able to knock down a lot of shots. I've been very, very impressed. They can continue what they're doing. They're going to be in this game till the end.
We've got a youth game going on here at halftime. So at the half, it's South Bend St. Joe 27, Mishawaka 25. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Matt Embry will have the U.S. Sign Crafters halftime scoreboard show. And then after that, we'll have the RBI's Unlimited halftime stats as well. 27-25, St. Joe leads Mishawaka on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
When Old Man Winter comes knocking on your garage door, give us a call. Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. When the cold of winter takes its toll on your garage, overhead, or entry door, Leckleitner Door Sales and Service is here for you. We offer service on residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial doors. At Leckleitner Door, we provide quality products with expert service, and we strive to satisfy every customer with each door we repair. Leckleitner Door. We open and fix all the right doors. Call 295-6311.
Kurt Outdoor Living has a full selection of the industry's best snow melt, salt, and ice removal products to keep your walkways and driveways safe. IceBan is a product designed to get to bare pavement faster, composed of all natural ingredients to pre-treat salt for a faster melt. Plus, bagged ice melt, bulk ice melt, and liquid de-icers available on demand for commercial or residential application with delivery throughout the Michiana area and 24/7 on-call loading storm hours. Kurt Outdoor Living, 2129 West Wilden Avenue, Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
As we begin this new decade, let's make a resolution to create a healthier community where hungry neighbors won't have to make tough choices, like buying food or heating their home. The stress of providing healthy meals takes a toll on their health. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. With your support, we can keep our resolution of creating healthier communities. Hunger is a story we can end. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
Rossini's is a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini pizza is carefully made with homemade dough and the freshest ingredients and sauce. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at rossinicarryout.com or take advantage of their daily specials. No coupons needed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Saturday's special features 2 14-inch 4-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Get details at rossinicarryout.com. Rossini Pizza Carryout you're proud to bring home. Located on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka across from Beager School.
This is the Mishawaka Caveman Halftime Show, presented by the Mishawaka Education Foundation on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
And Matt Embry in the U.S. Signcrafters Studios. We've reached the halftime break from the Cave. Mishawaka hanging in there, but right now they trail the St. Joseph Indians 27-25 at the half. Coming up shortly, the RBI's Unlimited scoreboard and stat book, of course, with Vince Stereo and Sean Stiers. U.S. Signcrafters, if your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Signcrafters today. Elsewhere on the scoreboard at the moment, Elkhart Central with an early 8-2 lead on Northwood in the first quarter. At the half, on the south side of South Bend, it is Riley ahead of John Glenn, 31-24. At the half, in Great Western Forum, Marion with a narrow 26-25 lead on Washington. Adams on the road leads New Prairie 34-23 at the break. Also at the half, Westview ahead of Concord 39-23. Second quarter score in Fort Wayne, the Crimson Chargers of Fort Wayne Carroll lead Warsaw 16-11. And at the half in East Noble is all Elkhart Memorial as they lead by a count of 34-16. 27-25, St. Joe leads Mishawaka at the break. Don't forget, more U.S. Signcrafters scoreboard show after the game here on 96.1 FM WSBT. But after this timeout, it's the RBI's Unlimited Stat Book with Sean Stiers and Vince Siderio. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Boys Basketball, powered by Midland Engineering on WSBT South Bend.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Signcrafters. With over 27 years of innovation, communication, and experience, U.S. Signcrafters can provide custom design, fabrication, and installation for all your corporate branding and signage needs. When you call U.S. Signcrafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. To learn more, visit USSigncrafters.com to check out their gallery of work along with their client testimonials. That's USSigncrafters.com.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders. Not us. We see them everywhere. Every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
1 of 7 from 3, that's 14%, while St. Joe is 11 of 25 from the field. That's 44%. 3 of 7 from 3. That's 43%. I'm pretty sure all 3 of those threes came in the first quarter as well for St. Joe. Free throws have kept Mishawaka in this game. They're 6 for 6 on the night, while South Bend St. Joe is 2 of 4. That's obviously 50%. Points in the paint tonight. St. Joe is actually beating Mishawaka 16 to 14. You would expect that number to be a little higher in St. Joe's favor. But Mishawaka doing some business down there in the paint. Some individual statistics so far for St. Joe. Terry leads all the Indians with 10 points tonight. Fuda has 8. Litka has 3. And then a trio of Indians all with 2 points tonight. Hatkovich, Agnew, and Odell. Some individual scoring for the Cavemen. Trenton Johnson leads all scorers with 10 points tonight. He's 4 of 9 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. Hit both of his free throws. Raheem Brayton, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He hit 2 free throws. He's got 5. 2 Cavemen with 4 tonight. That's Latrell Franklin and Nick Hoopengarner. And Devon Parker hit 2 free throws, so he's got 2 points as well. So your halftime score, South Bend St. Joe's 27, Mishawaka 25.
And your halftime stats again presented by RBI's Unlimited in Mishawaka. Well, they've added some extra time on the clock, Vince. I guess it was because of that youth game that they had. Most of the St. Joe guys are out of the locker room here. Interesting first half. Tell me again what Konechny was from the field for the half.
Well, I can definitely do that. So far, he is 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from three-point land, and 1 personal foul.
Yeah, St. Joe went on top by 10 at one point. Mishawaka responded. I mean, I do think you have to give Latrell Franklin some credit for the defense that he's playing on Konechny. He does seem to kind of be forcing things a bit at times, though, as well.
I think that's a very apt statement. I think he is forcing a lot of shots, taking a lot of off-balance shots. He hasn't had any good looks at the rim, and I think he's forcing a lot of passes as well. So I'm sure that St. Joe wants to see him get into a rhythm, especially for the fact they've got a 2-point lead, and he hasn't scored a single point yet. And he's their leading scored over 20 a game. So they're probably pretty happy with where they're at right now, and I think Mishawaka should be extremely happy with where they're at,
right,
especially on the defensive end.
Well, I tell you, it's interesting kind of how Ron Heklinski decides he wants to play this out, because I think we thought that maybe with St. Joe's size, they might try to push tempo a little bit. But St. Joe, for the size they have, they kind of tend to look like they like tempo as well.
Well, and Coach Johnson doesn't seem to have all of his big guys in at the same time either. Will Terry obviously does a lot of dirty work under the glass. I think Odell has come in place of Terry as opposed to having kind of the Twin Towers in there at the same time. So they're still able to get out and run, and when they get into transition, not only can they score under the basket, but they can also dish out and score a 3 in transition. We saw that with Fuda a couple of different times. So Mishawaka's going to have to keep their head on a swivel when they're going back in transition defense.
We will remind you that we've got 4A sectional basketball coming up from LaPorte beginning next Tuesday. We'll have 5 of the 6 games from the LaPorte sectional presented by Bethel University Athletics. Tuesday, Culver Academies against Riley. 7 o'clock Eastern time, we'll have that one. Culver won during the regular season, 54-40 back on January 25th. Then the next day, Wednesday, the 4th, Mishawaka and Adams. Adams won 70-47, a little more than 2 weeks. Well, I guess it was 2 weeks ago tonight. That game, it was just a 5-point game at halftime. It's the second year in a row Mishawaka and Adams have played in the sectional opener. We won't have the late game that night between LaPorte and Michigan City because we've got Notre Dame basketball against Florida State Wednesday night. And then Friday, the semifinals. Plymouth plays the Culver-Riley winner at 6 o'clock. And then the winners of the Mishawaka-Adams and LaPorte-Michigan City game at 8 o'clock. And then the championship game is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. All those games here on 96.1 WSBT, the Sports Leader, and all those times are Eastern time. We will pause for 90 seconds and then back with second half action with St. Joe leading Mishawaka 27-25 here at the half. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen basketball on 96.1 WSBT, the Sports Leader.
The countdown to spring is underway, which means baseball and softball season will soon be here. Give your son or daughter their best opportunity to enjoy success on the field with private lessons at RBI's Unlimited. RBI's also hosts weekly workouts and open hitting sessions every Friday night. RBI's is proud to offer opportunities to kids of all ages and all talent levels. Success doesn't come easy, but there's nothing like the crack of the bat, especially when it's followed by a smile on your child's face. Get ready to play ball this spring at RBI's, located at 2017 West 6th Street in Mishawaka, or visit RBI'sunlimited.com.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you Caveman boys basketball. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are proud to work on facilities like historic Mishawaka High School and the Cave, which is the oldest active gym in Indiana. Midland and its employees are committed to supporting the community and enhancing the quality of life in Michiana with events like the South Bend Cubs Fallen Heroes Award. A community partner for nearly 100 years, visit MidlandEngineering.com.
Authentic, handcrafted Mexican food made fresh the day you need it. It's only one phone call away at Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Feed your taste buds with a sizzling hot catering package. Homemade queso, fresh guacamole, grilled peppers and onions over marinated steak and chicken, customizable catering options, and weekly food and drink specials. Join the text club to receive weekly specials. Just text TACO to 45364. Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill on McKinley, just past Division. It's what you want.
Start of the second half. South Bend St. Joe leading Mishawaka 27-5, or 27-25, along with Vince D'Addario, Sean Stiers at the Cave. Senior night for Mishawaka, just a 2-point deficit after they had trailed by 10 points early in the second quarter. Cavemen will have the basketball to start the second half. In the third quarter, brought to you by Kyle's Auto Repair, reminding you to have your car's oil changed every 3 months or 3,000 miles. Trent Johnson inbounds to Raheem Brayton. Hooper Garner, Franklin, and Parker all on the floor for Mishawaka. Parker didn't start the game. Starts in place of Maddox Yohe here in the second half. Up fake, left wing. Brayton bounces it inside. Knocked away momentarily. Parker gets it, and then it is stolen by Fuda for the Indians. Fuda bringing it up court. Parker trying to run him down in the left corner. The shot misses by Litka. Johnson with the Cavemen rebound. Johnson out to Parker. Raheem Brayton between the circles. Brayton, who's become one of Mishawaka's best three-point shooters. Free throw line. It is blocked, and the outlet goes up court. The layup, no good. Follow-up, though, is good by Will Terry.
Yeah, Will Terry again making his presence known on the offensive glass. I think that's his fourth or fifth offensive rebound. I think he's put points up every single time.
29-25, St. Joe on top, just a minute in to the Kyle's Auto Repair third quarter. Franklin drives right side of the lane, down on Konechny, and lays it in over him.
Ooh, I tell you what, I thought that was blocked there for a second, but he was able to power his way through and put that one down. That was a nice move by Franklin.
29-27. St. Joe by 2. The Indians with the basketball. Hatkovich over the right wing. Back to the basket. Konechny passes back outside. Hatkovich from the point won't go. Offensive rebound and the putback good by Will Terry.
Yeah, nobody put a body on Will Terry. You're not going to get a rebound over him anyway, but if you're not even going to put a body on him, you're just asking him to get a rebound and put it back up. He was all by himself underneath the basket. Way too easy for St. Joe.
Terry now leads all scorers with 14 points. A couple of offensive putbacks the last two. Hoopengarner drives left side of the lane and draws the foul going to the rim.
A good take by Hoopengarner. He was able to, he's taken a lot of jumpers from the free throw line because that's what the 2-3 zone gives you. Nice little up fake, drive to the basket, able to draw a foul there. Great take there by the kid.
Fuda picks up his first foul, the 6'4 junior for St. Joe, who averages 11.5 points. Hoopengarner swishes the first free throw. On his first attempt of the night, he's shooting 80% at the line this season. Dribbles twice, spins the next one up. It won't go. Terry pulls down on the rebound. 31-28, the lead is 3 for the Indians of St. Joseph. Konechny passes inside to Terry. Outside it goes to Litka. Back to Konechny on the wing. Lobs it inside for Terry. Terry dribbles once and has it taken away from him. Brayton bringing it up court. Doesn't have numbers. Passes over left side. Hoopengarner drives. It will be blocked by Terry, and the rebound taken by Fuda. Fuda bringing it up, and Trent Johnson steals it back. As St. Joe tried to bring it into the lane.
Well, I really like.
Brayton drives right side of the lane. A jump ball is called.
That's going to go back to St. Joe. Well, I was going to say on the last time down the floor for the Cavemen on defense, I really like what happened because as soon as Terry got the ball, he was triple teamed immediately. They know that it's a mismatch, so they were able to collapse down on him and strip the ball away.
Yeah, the official who called the jump ball insisting on it, and one of the other officials kind of had a
very
confused look on his face, but didn't overrule him on that.
And they haven't switched the arrow back over either.
And now a technical foul is called on Ron Heklinski. Pat King, Heklinski's assistant, is trying to get one of the other officials to come over there. Konechny is going to go to the line to shoot the free throws on the technical foul on the bench. Konechny hits it, and that's his first point of the night. That is his 134th free throw attempt this season. He shoots 83%. He makes both. I'm not sure what Ron Heklinski said. Could you tell at all what was going on? Obviously
he was yapping in the official's ear, and I think the official was a little
rabbit-eared.
Well, yeah, because it was a bad call in the first place, and he wanted to make sure that it was still his call. And so, yeah, he didn't want to hear that it was a bad call. How's that sound?
Good enough.
They still haven't changed the possession arrow.
Yeah, because that was a held ball that was called.
Right.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
33-28. The lead is 5 for St. Joe after the two free throws by Konechny. His first points of the night. Flashes out, puts up a three from the right wing, and hits his first field goal.
Well, apparently it took a couple of free throws to get him hot, and Mishawaka better put a hand in his face. Don't give him that step-back three-pointer.
Now it's an 8-point lead, just like that, with 5 of the points coming from J.R. Konechny, who is scoreless in the first half. Their leading scorer at 23.4 a game. Johnson spins into the lane, puts it up with his left hand, and draws a foul. Going to be Jack Fuda. That's his second. First on the Indians in the second half. Trent Johnson to the line. Scored 10 points relatively early and then quiet in the second quarter. Free throw rims around the cylinder and down. Johnson has 11. He's averaging 15.5 a game.
Well, if they're going to get back into this game, Johnson's going to have to catch a little bit of fire offensively because he's going to shoot a lot. That's just his game, and that's the way this offense is. So some of those shots are going to have to start falling for him in order for Mishawaka to climb back in.
Johnson makes both free throws. It's now 36-30. St. Joe. Hoopengarner guarding the inbound. It goes off Fuda's hands and out of bounds on the sideline. Hoopengarner causes the turnover. Mishawaka basketball.
Yeah, Terry wanted to go to Konechny on that one, and then kind of mid-pass, he's like, no, and he's leaning out of bounds, and so he tried to get it to Fuda, and Hoopengarner was there to really defend that well.
4:45 to play in the Kyle's Auto Repair third quarter. St. Joe 36, Mishawaka 30. Parker inbounds to backcourt to Raheem Brayton. Brayton over to Parker on the right wing. Puts up a three. It is short, though. And Fuda goes up for the Indian rebound. Konechny goes around a defender and lays it in.
Yeah, nice move there by Konechny. Able to go, like you said, around the defender. Kind of Euro step that thing right off the glass and in.
38-30 with 4:22 to play in the Kyle's Auto Repair third. The lead is 8 again for the Indians. Devon Parker, left hand, over the wing, shovels it out to Trent Johnson. Stops at the right elbow. Bounces it off for Hoopengarner, off an Indian and out of bounds underneath the basket.
I was corrected by my son. That move was not a Euro step. It was a hop step. And I apologize to all the listeners out there.
Yeah, he'll keep you in line.
He will. Why bring him?
Inbound left corner, Johnson's three off the back iron. Rebound taken by Hatkovich. Up court it comes, and Loose ball picked up. Brayton tries to bounce it across the court to Hoopengrunner. Stolen, though, by Konechny. A 3 in transition. Air ball. Rebound taken down by Brayton. 3-on-2. Brayton attacking right down the middle. Has it out of bounds. He stepped on the baseline. He had the ball pinned against him. That looked more like a held ball than the previous one that was in dispute.
No doubt.
But it ends up being Brayton stepping on the baseline, and the Cavemen turn it over.
You know what? The officiating hasn't been terrible tonight. And
no, but I'm just talking about that one call in particular because that was a big momentum swing as it turned out.
No doubt. Because then it got a technical foul on the Mishawaka bench and 5 straight points by Konechny.
Inbound, knocked out of bounds. Still Indian basketball. Maddox Yohe is in for the first time in the second half. Alex Boggs also in for Hoopengarner. Inbound, Konechny coming up court. He puts up a 3 from the left wing. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for and taken by Litka. Shovels it off, and Terry is fouled going up.
Yeah, good foul there. Like I said before, you want to make Terry earn every one of his points, and when he's got the ball underneath, just go ahead and hack him because he was going to put that down.
Devon Parker called for his first foul, and Ron Heklinski wants a timeout. 38-30, St. Joseph leads Mishawaka with 3:42 to play in the Kyle's Auto Repair third quarter. Is this just a 30? It is.
Yes.
So we're back in 30 seconds on WSBT.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
St. Joseph leads Mishawaka 38-30 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the Kyle's Auto Repair third quarter. Will Terry is at the free throw line, a 77% free throw shooter. He's 2 of 4 so far, and the lefty hits the first attempt here and has 15 points. Dribbles once, puts another one up, and splashes the nylon with that one to give St. Joe another 10-point lead. That matches the biggest of the ball game. Mishawaka controlled the second quarter after St. Joe started to run away at the end of the first quarter. Crossover, Trent Johnson. Step back from the left, knocks it down.
Yeah, they're going to need another run like they had in the second quarter to climb back into this thing. No question about it.
Johnson with 14 points, the only Cavemen in double figures, and that has kind of been how it's been most of the season. He's the consistent 15.5-point-a-game scorer as the foul is called back at the other end on Devon Parker as he picks up his second. Brayton in, Parker out. (40-32). Inbound. Konechny tracks it down in backcourt as Franklin gets back and gets his body on him. Konechny into the lane. Bounces off the rim. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for and taken by Boggs for the Cavemen. Up court it goes. Trent Johnson bounces it off to Boggs. Left side of the lane. He runs into a brick wall of Terry and falls down. No call. Coming up court. Bringing it in. Litka bounces on the rim 3 times. Won't go. Foul on the floor on the rebound. Is it going to be Brayton called for it?
Well, I see a lot of St. Joe celebrations, so yeah, I guess they're going to call the foul on Brayton.
Third on Raheem Brayton. Hoopengarner back in. Boggs back out.
I almost feel like at this point, Sean, we need to have both Boggs and Hoopengarner in to kind of go against the height that is underneath this basket.
Inbound comes right to Mark Johnson on the sideline. That's what Mark Johnson was looking for.
Well, he's not suited up tonight, so that's not going to work out too well for St. Joe.
No.
He just puts his hands on his hips, kind of exasperated by that one.
The longtime South Bend LaSalle and Riley, coach in his second season at St. Joe, blazing up court. Raheem Brayton drives and lays it in, and it's just a 6-point game again.
That was a great take by Brayton. Everybody thought he was going to pass it off. He just took it all the way into the hoop and right over two Indian defenders.
40-34 St. Joe. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third quarter. Hatkovich dribbles right, passes back to his left to Terry. Lap down low. Konechny has it blocked by Trent Johnson, out of bounds off Mishawaka.
That's good help side defense there by Johnson. He came over, able to get a hand on the ball. I think he also got an elbow on the top of Konechny's head, but the important thing was he got a hand on the ball and able to knock it out of bounds.
Yohe takes a seat as Sicario Thomas comes back in. Konechny into the lane. Wouldn't go on the first one, got his own rebound and flipped it in. 9 points for Konechny. The lead is 8 again for St. Joe. Sicario Thomas, left wing, drives the baseline, has it knocked away from him by Hatkovich, and Terry takes the loose ball. Hatkovich up court with the left hand. Out to the wing, it goes to Fuda. Brings it inside, puts it up, draws a foul as he takes it to the basket.
Yeah, swarming defense there by Mishawaka. They just got all over the ball. The foul's going to be called on somebody, and unfortunately, it's going to be on Hoopengarner, which is only his first of the game, Sean. I can't remember the last time he had no fouls with,
this late in the game.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Fuda sinks the free throw. That was his first attempt of the night. He's an 80% free throw shooter. Terry sits down, as does Connor Litka. Agnew comes back in, along with Odell. So they add some size as Fuda hits both free throws and makes it a 10-point lead for St. Joe again. 44-34. The Indians lead the Cavemen by 10 with a minute and a half to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third. Raheem Brayton gets the screen up high for Hoopengarner. Goes right, passes back to his left to Johnson. He'll decide on a three-pointer, and he'll ring it up. Trent Johnson with his first three of the night. He has 17 points. All of a sudden, that leads all scores, and it's a 7-point Indian lead. Konechny with the left hand, into the lane, scoops it up there, won't go, but draws a foul.
I think they're going to call that one on Hoopengarner as well, so he picks up his second before the start of the fourth quarter.
Konechny to the line where he is 2 for 2. He's an 83% shooter. Konechny dribbles. Mark Johnson, 448 wins. The St. Joe coach coming into tonight's action as Konechny has 10 points, all here in the third quarter after hitting that free throw. Johnson second behind Al Rhodes, the Penn head coach, in terms of active NIC coaches. Rhodes has 628. Konechny misses the free throw, out of bounds, and over to the Cavemen. Ron Heklinski with 406 career wins. So after that missed free throw, an 8-point game and now under a minute to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third. Raheem Brayton drives on to Hatkovich. Passes down. Left corner, Sicario Thomas. Out to Johnson. Crossover, drives on the left side of the lane, and his layup is good. Johnson has 19, and the Cavemen are back within 6.
Need more Johnson and Brayton drives to the basket, Sean. At the very least, they've shown that they can finish, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to get St. Joe into some foul trouble. They've only got 2 fouls called on them in this half.
Konechny with Caleb Williams just coming back in, draws the foul on Williams. That'll be the first on the sophomore. Stops the clock with 30 and a half seconds to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third. That's team foul number 6 on Mishawaka. And Williams is quickly out. Latrell Franklin back in. Sicario Thomas sits down as Devon Parker comes back in. Inbound Konechny spins, has the shot partially blocked. Hoopengarner runs down the rebound. Down to the left corner it goes. Brayton, 3 off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. Ron Heklinski saying a St. Joe player tipped it, and the officials are going to get together on this and talk. And they'll reverse the call. Well, that's still a classic. The guy closest to it deferred to a guy halfway across the court, but it plays in Mishawaka's favor.
I never will understand that. Not in a million years. The play's right in front of you. Make the call. Call what you saw.
Inbound left corner, Johnson 3. Again off the side of the backboard. Konechny rebound. Konechny up court. Puts it up. Won't go. Latrell Franklin rebound. 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Franklin attacks from the right. Puts it up. It is blocked by Odell. Hatkovich has the rebound. Hatkovich puts up a 3 at the buzzer. It misses, and that'll be the end of the Kyle's Auto Repair third quarter. Kyle's reminding you, have your car's oil changed every 3 months or 3,000 miles at Kyle's on Lincoln Way. 45-39, St. Joe leads Mishawaka by 6 at the end of 3 on WSBT.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Signcrafters. With over 27 years of innovation, communication, and experience, U.S. Signcrafters can provide custom design, fabrication, and installation for all your corporate branding and signage needs. When you call U.S. Signcrafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. To learn more, visit USSigncrafters.com to check out their gallery of work along with their client testimonials. That's USSigncrafters.com.
Mishawaka to inbound to start the fourth quarter, trailing South Bend St. Joseph 45-39 on the last game of the regular season for both of these two teams. They'll start sectional play next week. St. Joe has a first-round sectional bye. Mishawaka gets Adams next Wednesday in LaPorte. Driving layup attempt doesn't go for Devon Parker. Rebound to Will Terry for St. Joe. Left corner, Fuda with a basketball. Brings it out. Curl inside, won't go. Johnson had the rebound. He couldn't get it, but Raheem Brayton did. Nick Hoopengarner drives. Left-hand layup won't go. Rebound Litka. Back the other way with St. Joe on top by 6. Konechny brings it out. Down to the left corner. Litka's Latrell Franklin falling all over the place trying to shadow, and a forearm by Konechny in Latrell Franklin's midsection. Draws an offensive foul on the junior.
Well, Konechny can't believe it, but great. I mean, it's a great call. If the chicken wing went out, it was pretty obvious, and it was right in front of the official. That's an easy call.
Yeah, I mean, it was textbook, really. I mean, he used his forearm to get the separation. There wasn't much to it.
Right. Well, you know it's a good call when the bench doesn't complain, but the fans do.
Right.
So there you go.
Johnson off his hands, picked up by Raheem Brayton. Mishawaka down by 6. Brayton backs it out as he and Johnson communicate across court. Hoopengarner left wing, right point. Parker drives and blows right past Konechny. Konechny falls down, and Parker gets fouled underneath. Then we'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, kind of a semi-pick there by Franklin. Was able to get Parker free on that drive and able to get to the line.
Jack Fuda whistled for his third. That's the fourth on St. Joe here in the second half. Parker to the line, deep knee bend after the dribble, puts it up. It rims off, though. Both of his points tonight at the line. He scored 12 a week ago tonight, going 4 of 4 from the field in the victory over John Glenn. Deep knee bend by Parker, puts it up, splashes the nylon with that. He's 3 of 4 from the line now. It is a 5-point deficit for the Cavemen. Terry takes the inbound. Hatkovich bringing it up court into the lane. Spins off to the right. Outside Konechny to Fuda in the corner, and his 3 is good.
Well, he's shown that that's his spot right over there, the left side wing. Cannot leave him open in transition there. He's knocked down 3 of those already tonight.
The 6'4 junior with 13 points now. He averages 11.5 a game. Parker falling out of bounds on the baseline. Hatchevich ends up with a steal and flips it off to Litka. Litka to Fudo, right corner 3. This one doesn't go. Franklin skies high for the rebound. 6 to play in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka down by 8. Brayton nearly traveled with it. Johnson from the left of the lane. Shot won't go. Brayton up for the rebound and called over the back.
There are 2 officials close to that play. The guy on the complete other side of the court makes that call. I don't get it.
Well, he's geared up.
He is geared up.
Ready for a loose ball. Got his elbows padded.
Just in case something goes down.
Making those calls.
That elbow will not get hurt.
Yeah.
He's a chucker. Well, they're in the bonus, but isn't that an offensive foul? Yeah, I didn't think you shot on an offensive foul.
(48-40), 5:49 to play here in the fourth quarter. A timeout taken back in 30 seconds on WSBT.
Hey, Michiana, this is Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. With tax time right around the corner and spring coming, now is a perfect opportunity to call and get a free, no-obligation rate quote. As a locally owned lender, we offer the best competitive interest rates and some of the best purchase and refinance programs in the local area. I'm Kevin Putz. Let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience and service expertise to work for you. Call today, 287-1152.
Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage, NMLS number 127733.
48-40, St. Joseph leads Mishawaka with 5:49 remaining in the game. A 1-and-1 with Hatkovich going to the line, misses the front end. Konechny with the rebound, blocked by Johnson, stays with it, put back won't go. And finally, Hoopengarner takes the rebound. Up court, Latrell Franklin, crossover, brings it down. Oh, it rims off, and Will Terry takes the rebound for the Indians. What do we have?
I'm not sure. I think
Konechny got a shot to the face, and the official's talking to him to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because he put the old hand to the head saying, it's official timeout.
Out of bounds, St. Joe on the far side of the floor. The official standing there.
I think what he's saying is the guy who inbounded the ball stepped on the line when he passed it in, which is a violation. So, Mishawaka basketball.
Konechny takes a seat. It looks like maybe he took a shot up around the left eye.
Yeah, his face is pretty red. He got something.
Under 5.5 remaining. 48-40. Devon Parker puts up a 3 and rings it up. Devon Parker, with just his second three-pointer of the season, cuts the deficit to 5 with 5:10 to play.
And Konechny goes right back to the scorer's table to check back in.
Litka has it poked away from him. Loose ball picked up by Terry, poked away again, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians.
Well, I like the defense that Mishawaka's playing right now. Very active hands, getting into the ball when the big men bring it down to their waist. They're doing a really, really good job of getting in there.
J.R. Konechny, St. Joe's leading scorer at 23.4 a game, has 10 points. They all came in the third quarter. After he was 0 for 7 from the field in the first half, he takes the inbound here, passes outside to Odell, now Fuda. Jumper at the free throw line, good. Fuda has 15. Who called the timeout? St. Joe called the timeout. It's going to be a full.
Yes, sir.
4:50 remaining. It's St. Joseph 50, Mishawaka 43. Back in 1 minute on WSBT.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership? That's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, And we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
St. Joseph leads Mishawaka 50-43. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's been a close one. St. Joe's biggest lead has been 10 points. They've hit that mark in both the first and second half. Mishawaka has been able to get it to as close as 5 a couple of different times. Mishawaka with the basketball. Trent Johnson has 19, a game-high 19. Johnson heads over to the left, on the wing. Franklin up top, drives right side of the lane. Franklin down and has it swatted out of bounds by Adam Odell, the 6'6 junior.
Yeah, good help side there by Odell coming over. It looked like Franklin had a lane to the basket, and he was taking it up, and here comes big number 22.
Parker to inbound down in the right corner, up high to get it. Hoopengarner drives and draws the foul as he takes it in. It'll be Adam Odell. That's his second. And the 5th on the Indians. Mishawaka with 7 fouls here in the second half. Hoopengarner's free throw hits the rim 3 times and bounces down. Hoopengarner with 6. He's averaging 6.8 a game. He's the only caveman with a double-double this season. Remember that 14 points, 11 rebound effort against Washington 3 weeks ago. Misses the second free throw. Odell clears the rebound. St. Joe leads by 6 with 4:08 remaining. Huda outside right in front of Mark Johnson on the Indian bench. Hatkovich, now Odell, and Maddox Yohe trying to steal it away is going to be called for a reach.
Yeah, it's going to be his 3rd foul in limited action here in the second half.
Adam Odell to the line where he shoots 75%. He is 30 out of 40 this season. That was number 8, so it's a 1-and-1. It is up and good.
You know, there's some things I wonder when I sit in the stands at games. I wonder if certain people think that players actually hear and listen to what they have to say.
Right. Odell hits both free throws and has 4 points.
It's just, you know, random thoughts.
3:53 remaining. St. Joe on top, 52-44. Johnson to Yohe. Mishandled it for a second. Regains control, drives down. 2 players towering over him. Outside Johnson's 3 won't go. And the rebound cleared by Will Terry. That's at least his 9th tonight by my count.
Yeah, rebounding is just not going to be an advantage for Mishawaka tonight. St. Joe is just too darn good under the glass.
3:22 to play. St. Joe on top by 8. Hatkovich drives right side, kicks it down to the corner to Terry. Odell flashes out on the wing to take it, stops his dribble, gets it back out to Hatkovich on the right. He'll bring it inside with the left hand, dishes down low to Terry. Terry double teamed, and Yohe is going to be called for a foul again, trying to punch it away from him.
Man, Yohe's just been a magnet for the fouls tonight.
Yeah, that is his 4th now, as Raheem Brayton goes to the scorer's table. Yohe will take a seat. Brayton, the 6-foot senior, back in. This will be the last 1-and-1. That was foul number 9 as Terry goes to the stripe. He has a team-high 16 and now 17 as he hits the free throw.
Yeah, Mishawaka just hasn't had an answer for him underneath. I mean, all of his points have either come from the free throw line or down underneath after an offensive board.
He misses the second free throw. Had a chance to give the Indians a 10-point lead again. Hoopengarner with his sixth board. With 2:55 remaining, the lead is 9 for South Bend St. Joseph. Mishawaka. Johnson has it blocked near the free throw line by Fuda. Konechny with the rebound. Loose ball then picked up by Hoopengarner, and he'll lay it in.
And a good body control there by Hoopengarner, able to shield the defender who was coming over to block it, and able to get up and get the 2 points.
Mishawaka hanging around, down by 7, and a foul called on Raheem Brayton as he inadvertently bumps Fuda out of bounds. Brayton, or did I say Brayton? Devon Parker, rather, and that is his third. I was about to say Mishawaka hanging around, still within 7 with 2:31 to go, but now it'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Indians. Fuda going to the line, hits the first. He has 16. Not the guy they wanted at the line, an 80% free throw shooter. Most of the Indians, though, shoot right around 75, 80%.
I was going to say, I've been hearing you rattle off all the free throw percentages, and I don't think anybody's been under 70, so.
He misses the second one, though, and then it's out of bounds, and it stays with St. Joe. Sicario Thomas had just come in. He was down on the block, couldn't secure the rebound. The Indians by 8. Inbound, high to get it, Konechny. Gives it right back to Terry, down low, and a Hoopengarner will commit the foul trying to block it.
Yeah, too good of a position there by Terry. He was underneath the basket. Hoopengarner was on his back, not between his man and the basket. The only recourse Hoopengarner had, either let him score or foul him.
That's the third on Hoopengarner. Mishawaka over the double bonus limit. Terry rattles the free throw down. He has 18 points. He is now 6 out of 8 at the line. Next one good. 19, and that matches Trent Johnson for a game high, and St. Joe leads by double digits now. 56-46, 2:20 to play, and Ron Heklinski's going to take a full timeout. 56-46. St. Joseph leads Mishawaka. 2:20 remaining, back in 60 seconds on WSBT.
In northern Indiana, retired seniors can't afford groceries. Hardworking parents skipping meals so their kids have enough food. Children will go to bed hungry tonight. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Those who struggle with hunger are more likely to have poor health. With your support, we can create healthier communities. Hunger is a story we can end. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
The Sports Beat app is the online home for weekday sports beats and all the latest talk on Notre Dame football, basketball, and more. Download your Sports Beat app now at the App Store or Google Play Store. Notre Dame football spring practices start soon, and the Sports Beat app is the best way to listen and catch up on everything that's going on leading up to the April 18th Blue Gold football game. The Sports Beat app. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play Store.
St. Joe leads Mishawaka 56-46. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Mishawaka called a timeout. Now the Cavemen inbounding. Need to get something going here. Down by 10. 2:12 on the clock. Johnson wanting to drive inside, outside. Hoopengarner's jumper from the left elbow doesn't go. Sicario Thomas offensive rebound. It won't go. And then the rebound down to Odell. Just under 2 remaining now with the Cavemen down by 10. Blue to the basketball, shadowed by Sicario Thomas. Down to the left baseline. Odell in the corner, back outside to Fuda. Mishawaka's going to have to decide here pretty quickly if they're going to foul or not. But again, who do you pick with all these good free throw shooters? Hatkovich is about your best bet He's a 66% free throw shooter. Everybody else on the floor, 75% or better. Left corner, shot won't go. Johnson rebound. Johnson to Brayton down on the left corner. Three is short. Rebound Odell. Odell to Konechny with 1:13 remaining. And Ron Heklinski calling Brayton out to get on him. I mean, that's who you get a foul if you are going to. Ron Heklinski yelling foul, but nobody would. Now Konechny, who shoots 83% at the line. Outside to Fuda, an 80% free throw shooter. A drive and the layup is good by Fuda. Fuda with 18, 45 seconds remaining. The Cavemen down 12. Johnson drives all the way. Layup won't go. Rebound Fuda. And the Indians leading by 12 with 34 seconds to play. Just need to wind this clock down and we'll up. Mishawaka's not going to foul. Fuda into the lane. It goes to Terry. Outside Konechny with 19 seconds remaining. Konechny out to Fuda. Now Hatkovich with 11 seconds on the clock. 58-46. The Indians will secure the victory in 3 more seconds. Fuda holding. And that'll be the end of the game. 58-46. Mishawaka fought down to the wire, but St. Joe holds off the Cavemen as the Indians improve to 17-5 overall, 9-3 in the NIC. They'll have at least 3rd place overall in the NIC this season. Mishawaka's 4-game winning streak comes to an end. They fall to 12-10, 4-8 in the Northern Indiana Conference.
Yeah, and that went about as well as you could possibly hope going with their number 1 guy, with J.R. Konechny. I mean, that's what you want to do against him. He didn't hurt you tonight. Terry is the guy that hurt you, and that was just a huge mismatch for Mishawaka. Big, strong kid underneath, controlled the boards all night long, bunch of offensive boards, able to put them back up for second chance points. Just no answer for him all night long, and that was the difference.
Yeah, Terry with 19, Fuda with 18, Trent Johnson with 19 for Mishawaka. As now it's on to sectional play for both teams. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will have the RBI's Unlimited post-game statistics, and after